Hello, everyone. Well, even CNN has started to blame Biden, which says something because they go out of their way to support the Biden administration and the left-leaning policies. Um, but it kind of also indicates how much people are suffering because of high inflation. Um, and and as you can see here in the poll, they are comparing Biden ratings, economic ratings, with Jimmy Carter's ratings. So it's even worse. So it's probably he comes down, last on the table. Um, and there is this short clip from CNN, which I'm going to post it in the description as well. Um, they have pretty good bashing has been given to Biden in the clip. Um, Going forward, there are two cross currents that I see that are going to be in play in regards to inflation and Biden's administration. So, based on what CNN is doing, um, Biden will have to do some course correction. Um, and what could those be? Well, Fed has already said that they're going to be aggressive in tapering the existing QE, as well as they will bring forward the interest rate increases from June to March. At least that's what they are saying. Is that enough? Maybe. I don't think so, because if you see this sort of things being played on CNN, it means it has gotten pretty bad. And with midterm elections coming in 2022, Biden administration will have to get their act together. Um, I feel there will be a lot of pressure on Federal Reserve to do more to control the inflation, which if happens, let's say Biden administration put pressure on Federal Reserve, and Federal Reserve gets even more aggressive, and basically instead of even March, they might try to wrap everything up even sooner, or if not sooner, they may set the interest rate increases instead of three, uh, maybe four or five in next 1 year, which kind of gives a hawkish indication from Fed, and thus market would react that interest rates will be rising aggressively, stock market will go down. It will be a big hamper on consumption. That means demand is going to reduce significantly. So that's one cross current. So if you increase interest rates, you are aggressive in your tapering of QE, that is going to reduce consumption and the demand. So it means inflation. If demand is less, inflation will reduce, and thus Biden would be able to make its constituents, Democrats, happy. Um, so that's one. But a, another cross current is, yes, while the demand may reduce in such a scenario, but what about the supply? See, a lot of this inflation is not just because of the extra steamy checks and money printing. A lot of it is also because of supply chain disruptions. So If supply chain disruptions also continue or may get even worse in the coming year, uh, then even supply will reduce. Now it remains to be seen, how much of that supply will actually reduce or may not increase significantly, or will keep up with the demand and so on and so forth. So um, if the supply also gets impacted, then this inflation bout might remain for a much longer period. It may not actually, as people would expect. If Fed is aggressive, it should help reduce that inflation. It may not, even though stock market might be crashing, and other asset classes will be in deflation. Well, let's not call it deflation, maybe disinflation. But it may not actually impact the prices of things that we consume or we use in our daily life. And that other cross current of supply chain may have a bigger role in going forward as well. um, and if indeed that happens, it's not going to be good for Biden administration, because no matter in that scenario what Federal Reserve do, they can't control the supply side of things. Then Democrats might have major challenge in midterm elections. Um, and if indeed what I'm explaining come it does happen, then you will see more and more on news outlets that none of the policies that Federal Reserve is doing is is helping out in reducing the inflation. Um, Only thing then, I guess, outright what Federal Reserve would do is more of the same, and may even double down on it, which means even more increase in interest rates, and um, uh, more taking liquidity out of the market and so on and so forth. So which would be highly deflationary. In that case, the market crash could be even worse. Again, Federal Reserve might just do it, but actually it'll be pushed by the Biden administration just to make people happy, or show to public that they are on top of it, they are doing something about this continuously or actually high inflation for a much longer time. So yeah, that's my input on this. I'm going to put these links um, in the description below. I would like to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.